Hi, this is Emily from It's a Wonderful Wig. I am on a mission to try to normalize wig wearing for women for fun, fashion, and freedom. I want to normalize wigs for every woman, not just for the women who are trying to cover hair loss, but of course for all of you as well. But here today, I want to talk to you specifically about my opinions on heat-friendly versus non-heat-friendly synthetic wigs. For anybody who's wondering, I am wearing Jon Renau's Ignite right now. So I will link below a review I did of this wig with more specifics earlier this morning, and I just put this on today. So go ahead and check that out. Okay, and the reason I'm bringing up this topic is because this wig made me think of this in particular. So some of your wigs you may see in the description online or on the box of the wig you received or on the tag, HF or HD. And when I was new to wigs, this was incredibly confusing. Okay, so HF means heat friendly. HD means heat defiant. The irony is these two things sound like they're opposite. Heat friendly, heat defiant. Pro heat, against heat. That's what I thought. It was so confusing. Ironically, it means the same thing. I don't know why Jon Renau uses defiant or heat defiant to explain his heat-friendly wigs, because defiant to me means fights against, battles against, is anti or doesn't work or rebellious. So I would think it's anti-heat. Really, heat defiant and heat friendly are the same thing, give or take. And I mean, you can apply low heat, generally up to 350 degrees to your wig, but you want to make sure you check the specifics of your brand and your wig in the purchase description or on the manufacturer's website for that wig or their synthetic fibers. It can vary a little from wig to wig. So I've seen a few reviews here on YouTube where ladies say that they do not like non-heat friendly wigs. And I am of the opposite spectrum, and let me tell you why. I disagree. So I still have my bio hair. It's long, it's frizzy, it's curly, it's thin on top, it's thinned out. I lost a lot. There's no bald patches, but it's just real thin and then long, like poofy and thick down below. So I'm letting it try to fill back in and not dyeing it and things like that. But even when my head of hair, you know, was still fuller here, it still was my hair. It had that, you know, cultural lineage in there somewhere that made it like a afro-y and thick and kinky, curly underneath and fine on top. It was a disaster, and I hate sitting in a salon chair for 2 hours feeling trapped. I get claustrophobic. I hate holding up my arm to do my hair over and over, the blow dry it and flat iron it. I didn't like the chemicals. I didn't like the time it took. Most of the time my hair only looked good once a year on my birthday, or if I went more often, which was in the old days maybe every 6 months, to a salon. It looked good for a day or two, and other than that I shoved it up in a bun. Or I put it in a clip because it doesn't have, you could put in a stylish cut like a layering cut, but you had to do the work to get it to look like that every day. And so I didn't want to do that. I'm lazy. You know, with my hair, I'm lazy and I'm busy, and it wasn't that important to me. But I've never liked my hair, so it wasn't worth the effort for me. Once I discovered wigs, and I discovered synthetic wigs, and I will admit I have not tried a human hair wig yet, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But once I discovered wigs, it was like a dream come true. It made up for all the years of hating my hair. Synthetic wigs, I want to have my wigs be the type that you can just plop on and go. Heat-friendly or heat-defiant wigs, most of the time, they need the heat to stay looking good. You kind of have to put in the time. Like, I don't want to curl my hair and flat iron it and blow dry it. I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that with my natural hair, and I definitely do not want to do that with my wigs. I want them to look great when I stick them on and go. That's the whole point for me. If I was gonna do the flat iron and the blow dry and the style and the mist and the, you know, the gel and the hairspray and all the things you can get, even products for your wigs, I would have just be doing that to my regular hair. So and sometimes you need to occasionally go and put the heat back in to keep it looking good, and that takes a little more work, and so that is the downside. Some ladies will say that the heat-friendly or heat-defiant wigs are the most similar to human hair, and everybody who's new in the wig world thinks that they need to get human hair or close to human hair to make it look realistic, but that is not true. You do not have to get a human hair wig. You do not have to get a heat-friendly or heat-defiant wig in order to make it look the most realistic, closest to human hair, to fool people. Some of the finest non-heat-friendly synthetic wigs and synthetic fibered wigs look far better than the human hair wigs, the heat-defiant wigs, or your human hair. And it will save you time, it will save you stress, and it will look fabulous over and over and over and over. You don't have to do anything to them. You can still comb a little, fluff it here and there. But you could go out for a 12-hour work day, not touch it, and it will still look great in most of your synthetic wigs. Certainly the longer ones that might be 15 to 21 inches, like the Zara or Amber or Sarah or Ariana. These are all mostly Jon Renau. Yeah, you're going to have to detangle with your Jon Renau comb maybe a couple times a day, or comb it to keep it from tangling. But that still is way faster and easier than the styling in the heat. So my opinion on, I mean, like, okay, so like Ignite here, right? It's heat defiant, heat friendly. You can curl it and you can do all that. It comes like this. I actually just got this today. This is right out of the box. But if I wanted a curly, shorter wig, I would buy a curly, shorter wig. I'm not going to buy a straight wig and put in curls. And because one, it takes time. Two, I don't really know which way it's going to go and how it's going to look after I do that. And getting it back to straight, I'm kind of afraid might not ever be the same. And three, you have to do stuff to keep those curls there. You have to maybe do some curl hold and spray and all this stuff. And so again, I'm all about fun. I want my wigs to be fun. I'm all about fashion. I want my wigs to look great with my jewelry, my makeup, my clothes, my everything. And I want the freedom from the effort, the time, the chemicals, the frustration, the heating tools, the products that you have to put in to have good looking hair, which is the purpose of gravitating towards wigs for fun, fashion, and freedom. So that's what I emphasize and try to bring to women that I come across, and the purpose of this channel here. So you can certainly try a heat friendly or a heat defiant, and a few non-heat friendly, just average synthetic of maybe the same brand, like Jon Renau, for example. Raquel Welch has some that are both, and compare for yourself. Certainly you don't have to put heat into heat friendly. So I do have a few heat friendly wigs. This is one, for example. I have a few Raquel Welch, but I've never put heat into them. And I have so many wigs, probably 40 at this point. I don't, if I was wearing one wig all week, that was a heat friendly wig, and I didn't put heat in, maybe 2 weeks, if I wore the same one every day to a job outside the house because I didn't want anyone to know I was wearing wigs and I didn't change them out, yeah, I would probably have to put in heat to keep it looking good and not being frazzled or limp or whatever. It's kind of like freshening it up to hold its shape. But I change my wigs all the time. I have all the different California blondes of Jon Renau's in different styles. I change them up. So I might only wear one wig in a month. Or my original goal was to have a different wig for every day of the month. At least 31 wigs. And then from there, well, that's another whole video I need to talk about. But so don't be afraid to not buy heat-friendly wigs. Yeah, it's fun if you like styling your hair, you like to do all that stuff, and you don't even have any bio hair, and you miss the days when you could like style and curl and blow dry and do all that stuff to your hair. If you like that and you enjoy that and you like the creative aspect and the freedom to do that, and you have the time and the patience, then definitely get a heat-friendly wig or a heat-defiant wig. Let it be your canvas. Let it be your creative, palette of whatever, to just kind of see what you can do with it. If you enjoy that. I enjoy looking awesome from the minute I put it on and going about my business, because I there's a lot more things. I want to look great all the time. There's a lot more things that are interesting to me that I want to spend my time on. You know, time is a precious commodity, you know, when you think about COVID and aging, and, you know, we only have one shot on this planet, and it goes fast. I'm going on 50 years old, you guys, and so I don't want to waste any of my days or my time doing my hair anymore, or feeling bad about my hair, or yeah, I want to spend my time on things that are valuable and worth, you know, I think I read worth the effort. I think I read a quote a while back that you are literally trading 1 hour of your life for every activity you choose. So if you spend an hour doing your hair, you're giving up an hour of your human lifespan on that. It may seem like a petty thing when you don't really think about it. When you really think about it, it's a trade-off. You're giving away some of your time on the planet for every activity you choose. So make sure it's an activity that, other than the ones you absolutely have to do. But even then, like a job, if you're in a job you hate, get another job, because you're trading years of your life for something that you do not like and hate. And that's not a good way to live it, you know. But when it comes to things like hair, you have a right to look great, fantastic, have ease and convenience, and go about your business. Whether you do the heat friendly or not is up to you. I'm not here to give you a bunch of techniques on how to do the heat friendly, heat defiant wigs. You can find plenty of that on YouTube. But I just want to tell you my opinion about heat friendly versus regular synthetic non-heat friendly wigs. Thank you everybody for watching, and check out my review of Ignite and a little discussion and some cute updos I'm going to do with this in the link in the video below.